Hello everyone. So several people have asked me, well, in a national emergency, would our Constitution not be overridden? Well, the answer is no. And here is the document that proves it. So here we are, Justice Law's website of Canada. Emergencies Act. This act is to authorize the taking of special temporary measures to ensure safety and security during national emergencies and to amend other acts in consequence thereof. This was assented in 1988. This is after the Charter was created and after the Bill of Rights. And you will see that this document acknowledges those Canadian constitutional documents. Paragraph 3 in the preamble. Whereas the Governor and Council, in taking such special temporary measures, in other words, if you're going to put this into play, this National Emergencies Act into play, well, this Emergencies Act would be subject to, I repeat, would be subject to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and the Canadian Bill of Rights. So what is it saying? It's saying that this act must still concur and be subject to our Canadian Constitution. And a little sideline here, Canadian Bill of Rights is even stronger than the Charter, but not to worry. The Charter says in Section 26 that the Canadian Bill of Rights is indeed still active and that the Charter does not override the bill. It is created to enhance. Okay? So both of these bills, they federally swear an oath to. Let's continue. And this act, if invoked, must have regard to the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, civil rights as well, particularly with respect to those fundamental rights that are not to be limited. I repeat, fundamental rights that are not to be limited or abridged, even in a national emergency. I'm going to repeat that. The fundamental rights are not to be limited or abridged, even in a national emergency. So, does the Constitution of Canada get overridden in a national emergency? Answer, no. Our rights are not to be limited or abridged, even in a national emergency. So, there it is. The Federal National Emergencies Act specifically says, even in an emergency, you cannot override our civil liberties, our Canadian Constitution. So this begs the question, has a federal national emergency actually been declared? Guess what the answer is? No. Then that begs the question, well, why not? If across the nation we had the same disease and we're approaching the same disease the same way in trying to limit its negative impacts, then why not declare a federal national emergency and just handle it from the top down? Might it be because the Federal National Emergencies Act specifically says that you cannot override our civil liberties even in a national emergency? And that's why you're handling this through little provincial health unit mandates, not true law, and you're trying to skate around the true laws of Canada? Might that be what's going on? Playing the game of legalese, manipulation, smoke and mirrors.
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order? I show you out of order.
Well, I'm going to suggest that that's indeed the case. But I'm going to stand firm in the true laws of the land, the Canadian Constitution that recognizes the supremacy of God. And no man or woman has the right to take my civil liberties away. They were given to me by God, not by mankind. I just so happen to live in a country that recognizes that. It's a blessing from God. So I'm going to use that Canadian Constitution because that's exactly what it is. It's a blessing, and so I'm going to use it. I suggest that you do the same. Grace and peace.